Hello everybody, welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. My name is Austin, and today we are going to be doing another KotLC Rip It or Ship It with all the names in the cup, but instead of doing the original, 14 KotLC characters, this time we're actually going to be doing KotLC adults. These KotLC adults include, Dame Alina, Mr. Forkle, Grady, Sandor, Della, Edaline, you name it. I have 14 adult KotLC characters, and I'm going to be putting those up, shuffling them, and I'm going to pick two names out of the cup, rip it or ship it, and that's just simply how the video is going to go. So I guess let's get straight into it. Make sure to drop a like if you guys like these rip it or ship it's. Comment down below what is your favorite KotLC adult ships. That could be like, Elwin and Mr. Forkle or something like that. And also make sure to subscribe down below. We're trying to get to 12,000 subscribers. And right now we're actually getting closer and closer. So if you guys could check us out down below and check if you're subscribed, that would be amazing. But let's get straight into the video. Alright, so I got the names in the cup. I guess without further ado, let's just, shuffle them up and let's pick out our first pairing of the video. So the first name today is gonna be Alden. Okay, so the first one's gonna be Alden. I shuffled that pretty good, and Alden's going to be shipped with Grady and Alden. Alright, so we have Mr. Messenger as Grady and Mr. No Reason to Worry as Alden. And for this one, I'm actually going to ship it. Alden and Grady are actually more similar than you think. Even though Grady's this awesome character and Alden is kind of one of my least favorite characters, I think that they both have the same morals, in which Grady is all about protecting Sophie, making sure that every journey that Sophie comes on she's protected ever since, she got kidnapped. Grady's always been really protective, and we see that also with Alden because he's really protective of his kids as well. He has two kids that are fighting against the Never Seen, so I think that they could bond over the fact that they want to protect him. So I guess, that's probably one of the biggest reasons, and I think that would just be funny that, Grady and Alden would actually be together. That'd be super cool. So I'm gonna actually ship it off the first one. I wonder what you guys think, but yeah, that's the first ship. Let's get on to the next one. So let's shake this up and let's pick the next two names. We have 12 more characters in here, so let's get straight into it. We have Kesler. Okay, that's an interesting one. Shake it up a little more and pick the second pairing of the day, which is going to be Livvy. Kesler and Livvy? For this one, I'm actually gonna have to go for a rip, unfortunately, because Kesler is, a guy who makes potions. He's, obviously a bad match. He's in the working class. He probably would never meet Livvy at all, I don't think, because Livvy's also very hidden, and if she were to get in a relationship with Kesler, I just don't think it would work, because Kesler and Livvy have very different personalities. I think that Kesler is just like a great dad, a hard worker, he loves to have fun, with his shop, and I just think that Livvy might have a little bit of the opposite personality, so I'm gonna have to go with rip on that one. But it was definitely an interesting shift. But of course, let's get on to the next one. So again, we're gonna shuffle this up and we're gonna pick the name, which is Roe. Okay, Roe. Let's see who Roe gets paired with here. Alright, Roe gets paired with Bronte. Roe and Bronte? Alright, unfortunately, after a little bit of deliberation by myself, I think that this is gonna definitely be a rip. Roe and Bronte again are definitely opposites. I think that Bronte has been kind of leaning, across the storyline. He's been more and more fun, like especially when he read the Alicorns, but he's still like kind of more of an old-fashioned person, and especially when Roe, she always complains about all the different sparkles and whatchamabobs in the Lost Cities. So I think that, Bronte and Roe, Bronte is just a classic elven guy. Roe is just a classic ogre person who just wants to protect, and I just don't think that they would line up at all. I think Bronte's way too old for Roe. I think this is like probably the worst ship for Bronte ever. So that's definitely a rip. I guess let's get into the next one. The next one is going to be Oralie. Okay, Sophie's biological mother. Let's see who the next one is going to be. Oralie and Edaline. That's kind of awkward. So here we have Oralie, Sophie's biological mother, and on the other hand, we have Edaline, Sophie's adoptive mother, which is actually kind of crazy. Well, what are we gonna do? Rip or ship? I think that I'm gonna go with ship on this one. They kind of have, good similarities. They both care about Sophie and they want to build their relationship. They are both, I guess, technically mothers of Sophie, which is, also a common goal. They both want to make sure that she's safe. And Oralie was a person that Sophie really looked up to before, she found out that she was her biological mother. And obviously Sophie already looks up to Edaline now, so I guess they're people that Sophie would look up to, and I think that they're just good pair overall. I think they actually really match, so that's going to be a ship. So now we have two ships and two rips, and we still have some pretty cool names such as Sandor, so let's get straight into it. The next pick is going to be, I accidentally picked two, so these are going to be the names. We got Dame Alina on one hand, and we have Elwin. Dame Alina Damelina and Elwin. Alright, so for this one, they obviously have some similarities. They both worked at the same Foxfire. Elwin obviously the health guy, and Damelina was the principal before she got moved up to the council. I guess if we were thinking about, you know, obviously she can't marry anyone, but like if they had a secret relationship, I think that this would honestly be a rip. I just don't think that Damelina and Elwin have enough in common, whereas Damelina is always kind of a little bit more strict. Elwin's a little bit more loose, a little bit more fun. Obviously he's a health guy, you know, always looking after Sophie, as we can see from the book, but he still likes to have fun, and he really cares about people, which I don't really think Damelina on the other hand does. So I think they don't have a really good match in personalities. Right now I'm thinking that I'm not gonna, you know, let one of my favorite adult characters, Elwin, be with Damelina, one of my least favorites. So I guess that's gonna be a rip. So now we're actually on 3 rips and 2 ships, but let's get straight into the next one. Alright, so the next pairing is going to be Sandor and Mr. Forkle. Alright, so Sandor and Forkle obviously is gonna be a ship, guys. Sandor and Mr. Forkle, they would be so good together. I mean, look at Sandor and Mr. Forkle. Sandor and Forkle are always on the same page. Mr. Forkle's always like, protect Sophie, and Sandor's always like, yep. He always listens to his orders, and I feel like Sandor and Forkle have the same kind of mindset, in which the main goal for Sophie is to make sure she's protected and safe. The second goal is to make sure that they, you know, defeat the Neverseen, because the main thing is, if the Black Swan lost Sophie, then the Neverseen would, you know, they would obviously win the war. There would be nothing that they could do. So that's why Mr. Forkle and Sandor are always on the same page, that being Sophie's bodyguard is so important. I just think that they're just kind of similar, and I mean, I don't really see Mr. Forkle with that many people, but I think that Sandor could actually be a possible option. So that's going to be a ship. Let's get on to the next one. It looks as if there is 4 more names, which would be 2 possible ships. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so we have Gisela. Okay, I know Cassius is still in here, so it'd be a little bit awkward. Juline. Gisela and Juline. Alright, so here we have Juline, a Foster that is a part of the collective, you know, that serves as the leadership of the Black Swan, who is trying to take the Neverseen down. And here we also have Gisela, one of the leaders of the Neverseen, which you can kind of tell that that would be a bad ship, so it's gonna have to be a rip. Literally probably couldn't get anyone worse for Gisela, but yeah, I mean, that's just obviously rip. It's just a Black Swan member and a Neverseen member. There would just be no chance that that would actually happen. I guess that means that there are 2 names left. I don't even need a shuffle. So number 1 we have Cassius, and number 2, we have Della. Alright, what are we thinking? I mean, Della and Cassius? You know what? That's a rip. I think that Della is a great character who deserves a, you know, a better man, even a better man than Alden has been in this book series. So we're gonna say rip. I think Cassius is like one of the worst characters in this book. You know, obviously he doesn't really show much love to his children. Della has a lot of children, so that would be obviously a problem. Della's caring, Lord Cassius isn't. They just really don't match at all. So I'm gonna have to say no for that one. You know, we had a fair share of ships and a fair share of rips. I actually had a really fun time doing this. This is one of my first times doing this with the adults. Comment down below what you guys thought, but let's get straight into the outro. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of shipping and ripping a bunch of different KotLC characters, this time actually being the KotLC adults, which was, I think, a new fun twist about it. So leave a like if you did enjoy. Can we get to maybe like 200 likes? I mean, I think that's a pretty good goal to see. And also make sure to comment down below, what was your favorite ship from this video? I think we had a pretty good one. I think my favorite one has to be the Grady and Alden ship. That would actually be really cool. So, you know, comment down below. I'll definitely read and reply if you guys have any ships that you thought were pretty cool as well. And lastly guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 12,000 subscribers, and we know that only about 1 out of 5 people watching this are actually subscribed. So we know a lot of you guys are out there not subscribed, so make sure to check down below and make sure that subscribe button is clicked. We would greatly appreciate it. We are definitely trying to get to that 12,000 goal. That's gonna be it from me. Make sure you guys go check down the links down below. You know, notably we have a new TikTok that you guys can check out. And with that, it is it for today. My name is Austin from KotLC Fanbase. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.